A savings account and a retirement account are the same thing. Both are places to store money. Someone hands you a product, you put money in every month, and 30 years later you are supposed to be fine. You have been taught they are enough. That if you save consistently and do not do anything stupid, the math works out in your favor. That advice is not just oversimplified. It is the reason millions of people who believe they are being responsible are quietly heading toward a retirement that does not work. Whether a retirement plan leaves you comfortable or leaves you short has almost nothing to do with how much you saved. It comes down to three numbers. Numbers most savers have never calculated for even one of their accounts. By the end of this video, you will understand why $610,000 in a retirement account is not $610,000. You will know what it actually is in dollars. And you will know why the gap between those two numbers is where most retirements quietly fail. The people who retire with real financial security are not luckier than you. They just ran different math. I know how that sounds. Let me earn it. Retirement planning has exactly one standard pitch. Save 10% of your income every month. Put it in a retirement account. Let compound interest do the work for 30 years. Retire at 65 and withdraw 4% of your balance every year. That 4% rule was built in the 1990s. Based on market conditions from a different era. Inflation was lower. Healthcare was cheaper. Life expectancy was shorter. Savings accounts paid real interest. That world no longer exists. But the retirement calculators on every bank website still use this model. The advisors in those offices still teach it. And millions of people are building their entire financial futures on a formula designed for a world that is gone. Here is the rule the rest of this video runs on. A retirement plan fails not because you did not save, but because of three numbers that work against your savings the entire time. And nobody shows you all three at once. Inflation, taxes, healthcare. Not what you put in, what is left when you need it. That is the whole thing. So let me introduce two people. Meet Ethan. By every conventional measure, Ethan is responsible. He has never missed a payment in his life. He keeps a budget. He started saving at 35 and never stopped. He would tell you with complete sincerity that he is good with money. Ethan puts $500 every month into his 401k, the way roughly half of working Americans do. He thinks of it as a manageable background commitment. Like a subscription he will be glad he kept. He watches the balance climb. It feels like progress. Here is what Ethan has never calculated. After 30 years at 7% annual returns, Ethan's account hits approximately $610,000. That number looks like a finish line. It is not. Now meet Daniel. Daniel saves the same $500 a month. Same paycheck, same discipline, same 30 years. The difference is not what Daniel saves. It is the math he runs on the other side. Daniel knows that $610,000 is not $610,000. And he built his retirement plan around what the number actually is. Here is the first number working against Ethan. Inflation. Not dramatic, headline-grabbing inflation. The quiet, background kind. The kind that erodes purchasing power every single year, even when nobody is panicking about it. Ethan plans to live on $50,000 a year in retirement. That feels reasonable, so he builds toward it. But here is what the retirement calculator on his bank's website never told him. At 3% annual inflation, which is conservative by historical standards, that same lifestyle costs $121,363 a year by the time he retires. $50,000 multiplied by 1.03 to the power of 30 equals $121,363. The groceries, the utilities, the rent, the electricity bill. Everything he pays today costs more than double in 30 years. Now the only question that matters is Ethan's $610,000 enough to produce $121,363 a year for 30 years of retirement? Run the math. At a 4% withdrawal rate, $610,000 produces $24,400 a year, not $121,363. $24,400. Ethan needs to produce 5 times what his account actually delivers. And he has never once calculated this, because nobody showed it to him. That is just the first number. Here is the second one. And this is the one that disappears from every retirement conversation before it starts. Ethan's $610,000 is in a tax-deferred account, a 401k, a traditional IRA, a pension plan. He did not pay taxes on the money going in. He absolutely pays taxes on the money coming out. Every dollar Ethan withdraws in retirement is taxed as ordinary income. Federal taxes, possibly state taxes. The bill arrives the moment he tries to spend what he saved. At a 25% effective rate, $152,500 of Ethan's $610,000 disappears before he touches it. Not paying down debt, not funding lifestyle, just gone. That leaves $457,500. And here's what makes this worse. Nobody in the advisor's office brought this up, because it does not show on the balance screen. The marketing materials show $610,000. The real number is $457,500. And we are not done. The third number is the one that ends the most carefully built retirement plans. Healthcare costs. The average retiree will spend over $315,000 on out-of-pocket medical expenses across a standard retirement period. That number is rising faster than general inflation. It does not include long-term care, which can add hundreds of thousands of dollars more. Subtract $315,000 from Ethan's $457,500. He has $142,500 left to fund 30 years of retirement. That is $4,750 a year, $396 a month. Ethan saved for 30 years without missing a single month, and he has enough left to cover utilities in most cities. Nothing more. This is not a cautionary tale about reckless spending. Ethan was responsible. He was disciplined. He did everything the standard playbook told him to do. The playbook was wrong. Look at what divides Ethan and Daniel. Because it is not income and it is not discipline. Both of them saved $500 a month for 30 years. Both of them were consistent. The only difference is which math each one ran. Ethan's account shows $610,000. After inflation, it needs to produce $121,363 a year, and currently produces $24,400. After taxes, $152,500 disappears immediately. After healthcare, $315,000 more is gone. Ethan's real retirement number, $142,500. The gap between the number on his statement and the number he actually needs, $742,000. Same instrument, same discipline. One number that changed everything. Daniel ran the inflation calculation before he set his savings target, not after. He used a Roth account, so withdrawals came out tax-free. He planned the healthcare line item the way he planned every other budget line. Same paycheck, same instrument. 3 numbers pointed in the right direction. So what is that gap exactly? Where does it come from? That is the number nobody calculates. And it is worth understanding precisely why. Banks earn fees on every dollar sitting in retirement accounts, whether or not that money keeps pace with inflation. At 1% annually on a $610,000 balance, that is $6,100 collected from Ethan every year, regardless of whether his plan actually works. The retirement calculators on every bank website show the big number, the nominal number, the $610,000. Because $610,000 looks like success, and success keeps people from asking questions. They are not conspiring against you. but they have very little incentive to show you. The inflation-adjusted, after-tax, healthcare-inclusive version of your retirement math. They sell you comfort. The math sells something else. So what does the math actually recommend instead? Here is what Daniel did differently. He did not stop saving. Saving is not the problem. Compound growth is real. Time in the market matters. None of that changes. What Daniel changed was the question he asked first. Not, how much can I save? But, how much income do I actually need? In inflation-adjusted, after-tax, after-healthcare dollars, arriving every single month, whether I work or not. Income first, not balance first. He ran the inflation formula before setting a savings target. $50,000 today needs to be $121,363 in 30 years. Plan for the real number. He used a Roth IRA. Contributions go in after tax. Withdrawals and retirement come out tax-free. The tax bill arrives at the start, not at the finish line. When it does the most damage. He built multiple income streams. Dividend-paying index funds. A rental property. A bond ladder that matures every year of retirement. Retirement that depends on a single account is a single point of failure. He factored in healthcare as a budget line, not a surprise. $315,000 across retirement is not a crisis if you planned for it. It is a crisis if you did not. And he killed lifestyle inflation early. Every unnecessary upgrade today is a larger retirement gap tomorrow. Not because the upgrade costs what it costs, but because of what that money does not compound into. Retirement is not a balance you reach. It is an income level you sustain. So here is the answer to the question we open with. Savings and retirement security are not the same thing. They are the same instrument pointing in two very different directions. Run the inflation math. Target $121,363 a year, not $50,000. Build toward the real number. Choose the account structure that minimizes the tax bill when it matters most. At withdrawal, not at contribution. Account for the $315,000 healthcare line, the same way you account for rent. Build income streams, not just a balance. One exception worth naming. If your employer matches retirement contributions, capture that match before anything else. A 50% match is a 50% instant return. Nothing in this video beats that. After that, the real math decides. Step back and look at what this is worth across a lifetime. Ethan and Daniel saved the same amount every month. Ethan ran the wrong math. Daniel ran the right one. That difference? Simply running the inflation, tax, and healthcare numbers before building the plan is worth over $742,000 between them by the time retirement arrives. Not from saving more, from pointing the same instrument at the real numbers. Retirement math is not good or bad. It is nominal versus real. And that comparison is something you can run on every account you own, in less time than it takes to read your next statement. The people who retire with security are not working a secret. They checked 3 numbers you can check too. Now you know which ones. And you know what they actually point at. The math does not lie, but the banks might. If you want to understand the financial math hidden behind everyday money decisions, subscribe. Because on this channel, we do not show you comfortable numbers. We show you the real ones. The numbers that tell you exactly where you stand. Exactly what the system is not telling you. And exactly what you can do about it. Because the numbers are never what they seem.